Hello, everyone. Today I'm coming to you live from my empty classroom. And actually, I want to wait just a second. That bell is going to ring soon. Because otherwise, I'm just going to get interrupted. And that bell will tell me exactly how much of this to crop out for YouTube so other people can watch it. So, it's supposed to go off. They disable the bell and I'm just going crazy? Well, we'll find out if I have to restart this. Oh, all right, I'm on the wrong tab anyways. All right. All right, let's try that again. Hi, everyone. Today I'm coming to you live from my empty classroom at the school. Just wanted to point out it is empty, so that's why I'm not doing all the face covering stuff um, at the moment. So what I'm going to be doing with this video right here, this is kind of what I think fairly important little bit of stuff we can do with P5 and another online code editor. For the course I teach, the Programming Digital Media, I've got a link in the description just about how to, just what that course is and all the info about that. A lot of that course is designed to work in the P5 online web editor. Right, all the kind of tutorials are built around this library of various functions. That being said, if you're a teacher or a student and you just happen to hate P5 and don't want to use it, but you're still wanting to do in this class, there are ways around this. In fact, you could even utilize it in some offline code editors. So what I'm going to be doing in this fairly short video is showing you how to load this into a codepen project, right? So before I get into what codepen is, I've just got the P5 right here, just the default starting everything that pops up right there. I've logged in, so if you haven't logged in, my appearance has changed. Um, just FYI, if you're looking at this for the very first time. So here's what you need to do in order to utilize P5 in some other editor. What it ultimately comes to, there is the bell. My timer is off by 5 minutes. All right, trying that again. All right. Hi, everyone. So today I'm going to be going over how to utilize the P5 web editor in other editors, specifically CodePen. All right, so CodePen is just another online code editor, but it's a little bit different, right, than P5. P5 has kind of a special platform for how it works, among other things I'll get into in just a little bit. But it's kind of set up in a way that maybe you don't want to use P5. Maybe you're a teacher and you want to set all these codes to private or move them to some other place where students can't find them. A lot of reasons why, but basically the core of this is you can utilize all of the stuff in P5 for the Programming Digital Media course in a different code editor if you follow these instructions. Right, so like I said, all of the Programming Digital Media is kind of built around P5. And the reason for that is that P5, while being an online code editor, is also a JavaScript library. That's something where if you're in the kind of the first half of the course, P5, the libraries haven't been really referenced that much, but as you move into working in with sprites and audio and things like that, we'll be working more and more with additional libraries. So that phrase may or may not be familiar to you now. So right here, I've got the kind of default code opened up. Just there's nothing in here yet. And in fact, I've labeled this one as just default code. So what it comes down to is inside of every P5 file, if you click this little arrow to the side here, you'll see that there are 3 files located in here by default. Right? And what we need in order to utilize this library in a different editor is a few things. The first, if you go into the HTML file, This is a file here that contains basically everything that the code needs to work. It's like the bare bones, the mannequin that you put all the clothes on, kind of thing. It supports all of the code. All right, and you'll notice that here we have some source src lines, and there's just some URLs. Specifically, we have URLs to places where the library p5.js and so on is located here. In fact, if you would even go to this URL, say I wanted to copy that, paste it, you'll see that this is just one big code file. All right, this right here, it's a very large one. In fact, if I was to go and scroll forever down, this is P5, right? So whenever we're utilizing our code in the JavaScript file, it's referring back to that page to get the brains for how everything should work. There's another one here for the kind of built-in sound library and some other stuff. We'll go on from there. The safest thing to do in order to use P5 in another library is just to select everything. So Control or Command A, and then copy it. And Control or Command C, and then go into your other code editor, in this case codepen, which by default has the three windows here, the three files. We go over to HTML and paste it, paste the contents of that HTML file right in there. All right, we can save that. We've got there. So now we're telling our codepen to use all of the stuff, all the P5 parts of its brain right there, just like we were in P5. The next part, we have the CSS file. And you don't necessarily need the canvas part. You can, if you want to play it safe, do the same thing. Control A, C to copy, and then paste that inside of the CSS file. And you don't technically need like the canvas portion of it, but when in doubt, copy everything and then remove what you don't want later. From there, you can type whatever you want inside of the JavaScript file. We can technically be done now. But if you want, just for the sake of having a starting one, JS, there we go, you could copy everything out of that sketch.js file, go over to the JavaScript file in codepen, and paste it right there. And now, everything will work in codepen just as if it was P5. When working in codepen, if you can kind of slide these out of the way, and instead of the canvas appearing over here, the canvas appears down low. So if I wanted to go in and say, fill blue and ellipse, put a ellipse right there, and hit run. There we go. We get everything right here. So again, you may have to turn on auto run or not, but or hit the button. But you see that now, just as if it was P5, we have everything right here. So here's the canvas with that kind of off gray color. I've put the same ellipse with the same formats right in the middle of the canvas, just as if it was P5, only now I'm using a different code editor. So by following the same kind of processes, you can do this in whatever code editor you want. You just have to tell it to reference all of this information in the HTML file right here. Because without this information, your code editor won't be able to know what the ellipse is and things like that. So you need basically everything that is P5 exists in this little HTML line, so you need to include the HTML information in your code editor. So again, and there, this is just some formatting stuff. Doesn't hurt to have it, at least this body portion. And then the JS files, just like when you're normally coding, you can put whatever you need in here for that. And you can save your sketch, and it is good to go. Again, you may, if you're a teacher, you may want this as a way to keep your pins, in a separate place that can't be found as easily. Or if you have the pro account on CodePen, you could set them to private, so that way people can't find the answers to your assignments and things like that. It's just a bunch of different options. So that's it. That is how to utilize the P5 code library in another online code editor, specifically codepen.io. All right, that's it for this video. So everyone have a great day. Bye.